Hi there guys, you join me in the brand new MK8.5 Facelift VW Golf. So this is literally fresh off the production line in the UK. I'm at SMMT, I'm actually with Volkswagen today. You can see sort of like the Volkswagen team there. And yeah, they weren't even too sure if this car was going to get here. So it's great to kind of see it. I'll share with you a bit of a walk around. I'm inside because it's, yeah, to be honest with you, it's proper windy today as well. So you'll get a better audio from me being in here. But as you can see, the main sort of part which I really wanted to discuss with you all is all the infotainment and how that kind of works. The physical buttons that we've got on the steering wheel. This particular car is the match trim, so it's the 1.5 ETFSI. It's a DSG as well, so you've got the automatic gearbox with the paddles. And I can't stop smiling. I cannot believe I've got the opportunity to kind of sit in it. I was chatting with the Volkswagen team here and they weren't even too sure if it was going to make it here. You know, I'm actually filming this today on the 23rd of May 2023, so yeah, and I believe it's not going to be until sort of like June, July, or even potentially like, yeah, midway part this year before anyone sort of gets a hold of this kind of car. So yeah, to have this opportunity is brilliant. And yeah, just to kind of discuss with you what I'm kind of seeing and feeling as best as I can. And actually a lot of it, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like the quality has really improved. Just sort of like the touch materials on the side. It's always kind of hard to kind of get that across on camera, but for the facelift, it seems like they've kind of raised their game. The seats look really nice, actually, really nice and simplistic. You know, it's a midlife facelift, so there's only a few things that are going to be changed. However, I mean, the infotainment is the big thing, and actually sitting here trying to get a grasp of what this car is like, you can kind of get a feel of that screen is actually not as imposing as you think. If I actually just move a few things like the seat, you can see how it doesn't distract anything from the screen, from actually looking outside. I'm gonna say this is a 12-inch screen. I'll double check with you all with the specs. They may have it sort of hidden in here somewhere, but yeah, literally I've literally come here straight away to kind of get a feel of the car. You know, I love my Golfs. I've got a Golf R myself, so to have the opportunity to kind of be in this one is great. A lot of other cool cars around here. You got Porsche, you got Audi, but this is the first one I go to. Kind of says what I like. But you've got the steering wheel and you've got the touch buttons as well. This car isn't for driving today because it's literally just so new. It says key not detected. What I'll do is I'll ask them briefly for the key and yeah, see if I can play around with the infotainment. So we now have the key and everything's sort of come into life. Even actually just like shutting, closing the door, the soft touch genuinely feels better to me. This is just me and my first kind of impressions and subjective feel of it. Just makes a better noise. So like, you open it up, it's like that Golf noise. There's no sort of like rattly kind of like plasticky sounds. It feels really good actually. Really top quality, which is great. But yes, we've got the infotainment sort of shown here. Yeah, not allowed to drive it off, yeah, which is fair enough. You know, we're just here. You've got the touch buttons there. Got the time, so 23rd of May 2024. And we'll go through the infotainment and see exactly what it's kind of all about. If I just go on there. Oh, wow. Very interesting. So yeah, here's some of the sort of like, it's all digital. That's where a lot of things are going now. And obviously we're 2024. But actually you still have brought back those physical touch buttons to kind of use and to play around with, which is nice. Which is nice to kind of use. I'm just trying to see what more we can actually kind of use here, because I know this is in fairness, this has literally just come off, so I'll give Volkswagen every sort of like opportunity with things getting up to speed and working what things are. Yeah, so that's it off. Then you've got like little Golf sort of sign shown. I like the wheel actually, it's a good little feel to it. Yeah, particularly for this kind of trim. And for me, I guess one of the main things is kind of like how you use this on the move. And Volkswagen sort of introduced something called IDA, which is part of ChatGPT, and you can essentially, well, basically just speak and say with sort of like recognition. And what I'll do is I will go out in one of the, I think probably the Tiguan actually, and I'll show you what that's kind of like on the move to kind of get a feel on that. But it's great to sort of be in the new facelift Golf, just to give you my honest impressions. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I'll speak and I'll say how I feel about things. But I'm happy to see it here. You know, it's such a car that is, I feel, needs to kind of keep going. There's so much heritage in the Golf, and I know things have potentially changed and potentially updates have been made, and this is sort of like a big part of that. The main part of that, and some of the potential feedback, was the fact that, well, these weren't essentially, these were all sort of like haptic-y feels. It's now touch feels. This is exactly the same as what, very, very similar to what I have in my Mark 7 Golf, and I find them really good. It's just easy. It's, you just get a little bit more tactile on your hands, and you know, in fairness, to kind of go back to kind of, yeah, to that sort of way, I feel is fine. You've still got a few things on the side to kind of use. You've got like your mirrors, you've got everything sort of on there. Plenty of space around here as well. You can see just in the back, nice and light. I've got like, yeah, my bag and my sort of like filming gear sort of shown here. You've got like in there, a little bit of space shown. Yeah, little automatic gearbox, nothing kind of major. Even the seats, even the, yeah, the mats seem quite nice as well. Yeah, I'm just trying to go like as I kind of feel. Basically, I can't believe I've even got the opportunity to kind of be in this. It's very, very nice. And yeah, I'm just sort of like playing around as I'm kind of sort of like doing this and sort of getting a feel from that. I can see a lot of other people are kind of looking and like, oh, what is this? This is the new car that's out. But yeah, if I just turn it on again, because what I don't want is the fact that this car is just so new. It's almost on like prototype kind of levels. Yeah, it's obviously potentially gonna have to get up to speed with certain things. I actually quite like this is actually what I have on mine. On the center screen, you can actually just have like the clock sort of shown, and they've kept that as the same. You've got the heated seats, you've got the climate control shown there. I know they've changed it so it's a little bit more lighter now on this kind of side. Yeah, so let me just turn down the radio for a second. There we go, so that's BBC Radio 2. So that's what it's kind of looking like from here, just in terms of the infotainment on the new Mark 8.5 Facelift Golf. Yeah, and you can play around with quite a few bits. You've got your favourites. So again, a lot of like shortcut buttons is something that I feel is really, really important on cars, and something just so you can literally just pull things down, you can get to it a lot more easier, and you can basically hold down, and it's essentially like widgets. Think of it more like your mobile phone now, and how you sort of hold it down and you set it, and it becomes basically exactly where you want it to be. So you imagine you're driving along, you sort of want to do something more physical without saying something, you then can just basically swipe down just like you do on kind of like your phone. He says. Again, I will this car is literally so new, like, so any little small intricacies I'm gonna more than forgive them. Anyway, and then you get that sort of shown there, so the audio, the sound, the last destination, and you can pre-program that to basically however you want, which is really, really nice. You've got your player, you've got your radio. Yeah, you can basically, obviously, usual stuff to kind of change between. Media as well, so you can sync it up to your Bluetooth, usual sides on that. Heated seats, climate control, buttons there, and then obviously you've got your buttons on your steering wheel to play around with, which just shows there too. Yeah, wow, this is kind of a lot to kind of take in, just to get a feel for it. The screen certainly doesn't feel as imposing to me as I probably initially thought in the Golf. I think when I tried it before in the Passat, I was kind of like, oh wow, this is going to be a little bit too much, it's going to be a little bit too full on. But actually here it feels perfectly fine. I like how it's kind of fixed actually. Potentially with the Mark 8, people were saying it was a little bit better integrated, just in the way it kind of flowed across. Yeah, I don't know how that kind of looks from there. But actually, I probably prefer this. screen size, and just how a lot of things work in that sense. Particularly just like all the buttons that you can kind of play around with. You've got the maps, we're in a Millbrook. You've got IDA as well, which is there, which you can talk to, and you can tell them to like turn the heating down or turn the heating up, and it's very, very well sophisticated. I've worked in tech for about 11 years myself, yeah, being a computer scientist, and a lot of the AI sort of features now are very, very good. They're getting to a level which is really, really well, can be quite scary at some point, but it works very, very well. The maps look very nice. You know, you've got to think, as I'm kind of walking around, to stretch, yeah, it's not too bad in terms of like reach on that side. I know I'm talking about the infotainment quite a lot, but that's kind of quite a big change actually. There is some nip and tuck around the outside, which I'll just show you with a little bit of a walk around. It certainly looks a little bit more sleeker with the lights, a little bit more sleeker on the side. And yeah, actually, like, I recognized it as a facelift, put it that way. Bear in mind, this is just in grey, I say just in grey. It did recognize to me as being, yeah, something a little bit different. Seat heating and everything kind of shown there. Yeah, vehicle status, I mean, one report is probably because it's, yeah, you've got your tyre pressure, oil level, that's quite a cool thing. I like how it shows that. Service, inspection due, you can configure the screen. Very much so something that you should kind of set up before you kind of get the chance to, yeah, basically get used to it so it suits your needs as best as possible. That's certainly where I would be looking for. You've got like your assist as well. I'm literally just going to play around with everything. You've got a question mark there, which is interesting. So you've got your layout to choose from, display area, menu, air conditioning, settings, vehicle favorites, control center. So you see what I mean in terms of configuring this to suit your needs. It is like a computer, so that's what you should kind of do. The system seems very similar to me in kind of the larger like Volkswagen models as well. We've got like the new Passat there, which I tried. You've got the R-Line there, and this is essentially similar. And actually, I'm going to take a drive in that and see what it's like kind of on the move. Yeah, and then you've got the operation as well. You've got the how you can tap and drag and zoom. Loads of sort of features with that, with the new facelift Golf. Lots and lots of features. You've got the assists that you can choose from, so lane keeping assist, speed warning, attention monitor, drowsiness, frontness, you know, literally endless bits. But as you can see, if you're like driving along from a point of view sort of section, it's not too bad. And you know, set it up kind of beforehand, but then you can quite easily toggle things on and off as you're kind of on the move. You've got your physical buttons to kind of play with too. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the parking, which I imagine is going to set up sort of like the reversing camera. Yeah, there you go. So you've got the reversing camera shown there. Yeah, and sort of like the overhead kind of view too. Just showing through that. Oh, very cool, very cool. So that's a little bit there just of the, yeah, of the screens, just looking through. Actually pretty good resolution, to be fair. I don't know how much it's going to come up on camera for you guys, but that's how it looks like. And then you can, I'm guessing you can go to bigger screens. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice little feature. We've got a nice ID buzz there on the move. Auto start stop, I believe you've literally just got a button straight at the top to play with. You've got the vehicle shown there, and that's again other things that you can kind of add. So you can add on sort of widgets which suit you. So if you want, say, just say fold in when locking, well, that's probably not a bad good example. Say if you wanted the start stop, which is already pinned there, or interior monitoring or something like that, or the ESC system, you can then just add that in as another sort of favorite to use. So again, the idea, similar to like how you have it set up on your phone, have it set up your home screen so that it's all nice and easy to kind of use, basically. So you get into your car like it's a mobile phone, like it's configured specifically for you. You know, most of the features that are on here, and there's a lot of features, you may not actually end up using. So it's important to actually just have it so it works with what you want, essentially. That's the whole point. And yeah, I'm so happy to kind of even have the chance to kind of be in this and actually trying, just checking through it. It doesn't seem to be lagging more. I haven't even got the engine on, it's just off the battery. And it's going well. Yeah, you've got the telephone, you've got the radio, you've got the media, you've got the navigation, vehicle, app connect, parking, assist settings, further settings, sound. You've got IDA as well, which is the new thing. You can even shop, which is interesting. Legal information, tips and help. So that's quite a good thing actually. Because of technology nowadays, it's important to kind of get into the feel of how things work so that you have a little bit of a you're customized to it. And that gives you that possibility. And that's really, really nice actually, really, really nice. Yeah, playing around more. The thing about IDA actually, and think of it similar to like the likes of say like Alexa and other sort of things like that. You just literally say commands and it will do it on the move. That's the thing. Obviously we're not on the move, so I can do things sort of static. I do actually feel like if you're sort of driving along, I feel like you could adapt to this. Like the size of my hand, it's what, two hands. So you've kind of got like two sides to play with on the screens. Yeah, it's very, very cool. I'm super excited. I'm actually really interested just to press IDA and see what happens. So your personal voice assistants and configuration, interesting, activation of it. So that's what you have to say. So either hello IDA or hello Volkswagen. I'm not going to say it because it's going to actually activate it. But then you can actually activate it with your own words. So if that's sort of becoming too common, you could pre-program it to do something special. So you could do something like a buzzword like, I don't know, apple juice or something like that. I don't know. Or whatever is suiting to you. Or even give the car your own sort of name. Set your own activation word seems quite cool. And then the tips that you've got inside it, you know, your basic functions, just to see what it says. So this is actually really important, actually, this part. So there's no need for set phrases or sentences. Simply tell IDA what you want to do. So yeah, so there we go. Do you see it came up there? Some examples: cancel, help, back, what can I say, pardon, show IDA, and how it kind of works. Push to talk on the multi-function steering wheel. So I've got a heating steering wheel there. You've got cruise control as well, and the volumes and the change lanes. Very cool, very cool. Interrupt output voice. So that's when IDA is kind of listening to what you're saying in your input. IDA is thinking, IDA is currently speaking. What sound does a cow make? Oh wow. So, and it basically pulls all this information from essentially an unlimited database of knowledge. So it will be able to answer highly intelligent questions, which is cool to have. And it's available on your humble Volkswagen Golf, which is nice. And I like how you get the information to tell you about it and how it works. And for sure there will be updates in this, but this is working really, really smooth and quick. And there's been a lot of work actually with a lot of technology in cars, and Volkswagen learned a lot from the Mark 8. So to introduce it into the Mark 8.5 facelift, I feel is nice. I really hope to get behind the wheel and drive this car at some point. I'll have a chat with the Volkswagen team to see when that could be potentially possible in the future. The fact that it's even here in the UK on today's date, I feel is a really, really positive thing. And yeah, happy to kind of be in it and happy to kind of share it with you. And yeah, I mean, what else can we kind of talk about? Let me know any thoughts in the comments as well. This is a community channel, so anything that you kind of want to know or want to hear about, let me know, and I will happily kind of feedback and hopefully get a bit more time as well to spend with the car. But first impressions, certainly the touch and feel and the quality feels really, really nice. The car feels really nice. I like the looks on the outside, but looks are subjective. I'll kind of do a little walk around now for you guys to kind of see. You know, certainly bits like the lights I feel is very nice in terms of just the sleeker look, and the grille looks slightly different. Certainly the side looks slightly different as well. Just little bits. That's what facelift is. It's nip and tuck essentially. The dials here are the same. I'm sure I'm going to miss something, but yeah, certainly first impressions of the new facelift Mark 8.5 Golf. I'm really happy, really kind of happy to kind of have the chance to be in here and to have this kind of like first experience and that's kind of the main key. And my channel is a community channel, so please subscribe, like, share to get involved in it. And that's the part of it. Ask questions, ask comments, and I'll do my best to kind of feedback and relate to you. But for now, there's not too much more else to say. This is the new facelift Golf. Yeah, here we go, into the future, into 2024. And yeah, I'm happy to kind of be involved in it. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, plenty more content to come. And again, comments below to let me know what you think about this, and any questions, further questions, because I'll spend some more time in this, so I'll be able to maybe give you some future information too. So yeah, super cool.